In this episode, we dive deep into Bring a Trailer, the Porsche 911 Dakar, and the old Honda S2000. Welcome to episode 259 of the We Are Auto Show. What's up, Derek?
Mr. Muckarell, I hand you $30,000. I say, go on to Bring a Trailer, or whatever, car finding website you want.
Okay.
Find me 3 different types of vehicles.
Okay.
One being a daily, one being a kind of goofy car, just one for the kicks, and then one being a sports car.
Okay.
What do you start with?
I go to the country of Germany.
Ah. And
I'll start with something that I may tie for a daily and or a sports car.
Okay.
It's this beautiful E92 BMW M3.
I'm a fan.
It has a 7-speed double clutch, which it is comfortable enough to daily. But it has that wonderful S65 naturally aspirated V8, which I have driven this car. It's wonderful to drive.
I'm sure it is.
It sounds unbelievable. I love this car. I'm actually still on the hunt for one for me personally, but a 4-door currently.
26,000 miles for current bid $20,000.
That'll go up a lot, but yes.
Do you think it'll go above $30,000?
It'll be close. It probably will, realistically.
Now, you said it was tied for your daily and what else?
Daily in a sports car.
This kind of is a daily sports car, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah,
It's a sports car that's dailyable.
it definitely is.
But now that I am having a son, I probably need 4 doors.
You likely do.
So that's why my ridiculous option can also tie for my daily.
And what might that be?
It is this ridiculous 20,000-mile Volkswagen Phaeton W12.
What is a Volkswagen Phaeton? I've never heard of that.
It's the most comfortable car you've never heard of.
Oh, good.
So, from my understanding, the Volkswagen Phaeton was an outgoing Volkswagen engineer's wet dream. As he was leaving, he wanted to design the ultimate Volkswagen. And Volkswagen had many different parts that they could kind of rummage around in and get and use.
Okay.
So this has the W12 engine out of a Bentley Continental.
What the heck? Why?
Because
Oh my goodness.
I believe this car is actually able to do 200 miles an hour.
A 6-liter W12, 48 valve, rated at 400 horsepower and 420 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. Holy moly.
It is a ridiculous thing. I believe the Phaeton, without it being governed, was eligible for a 201.9 mile an hour top speed in a 4-door Volkswagen.
So it's like, I want to have my family, and I want to bring them down the Autobahn at 4 million miles an hour.
Well, yes.
Comfortably.
It is the most comfortable car you've never heard of. Now, it was sold in the States.
Really?
Yes. And it was such a wonderful success that it was done in like a year.
Oh, boy.
Nobody bought it. Because why do you want to buy a Volkswagen with a W12 that can do 200 miles an hour?
It's amazing and a disaster all at the same time.
I don't know, but I remember the Top Gear episode where Clarkson reviewed this when it was new. And if I remember correctly, there was some really weird statistic about the Phaeton. How it was like they wanted you to be able to have no more wind noise at 200 miles an hour than you had at 20 or something like that. So it has like the perfect amount of insulation.
Perfect.
And then there was like another random thing of something, I don't know how accurate this is, but it was like the engineer wanted you to have the same amount of air conditioning flow at 200 miles an hour as you would at 20 or something like that. It's the most ridiculously over-engineered Volkswagen that has ever existed.
Current bid, $7,000. I
want to buy this.
I mean, yeah.
I would have the car with the biggest top speed of almost anyone around town, with the exception of a few of the modified Lamborghinis.
But would you ever touch it?
No.
Okay.
Nowhere near. But you pull up to Cars and Coffee. No, not even. You pull up to one of those like Mexico Racing League events.
Oh boy.
Where you've got the underground street racers, and you pull up in the Volkswagen Phaeton, and you just comfortably take people to 200 miles an hour while they've got their Corvette with big fat drag radius in the back. But you will win because you will have the greatest amount of top speed. With a long enough road, you will beat the Lamborghini Huracan.
Until the W12 throws 47 rods.
It would throw 12 of them, yes.
All at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's just a billion of them in there.
But
what a vehicle.
What a daily that would be.
I mean, yeah. So far, you've gone daily, maybe a BMW M3.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's a Volkswagen W12 in the mix.
That's what I'm saying. It's my ridiculous choice that can also go as a daily choice.
I mean, I would go Volkswagen all day. Just because it's so unique. You can see a million BMWs out there. The problem is it's going to break down.
I don't actually remember the last time I saw a Phaeton.
There are none.
I think there's like 2 left in existence.
Probably.
And this is one of them.
Likely, yes. Yeah. All right.
But it's my ridiculous car that could also double as a daily.
Okay, before we talk about sports cars, I want to show you what I have found, because we both did this little adventure.
Do tell.
And for my daily, I would rock this BMW M5, a 2000 BMW M5.
Oh, you bastard. That's the best daily of all of them.
Current bid, 21 grand with 17 hours left, so it'll climb for sure. But 60,000 miles on it. It is a manual.
That is the best daily you can buy.
Mm-hmm. This would be...
I actually would say that this is the greatest BMW M5 that's ever been made.
Ooh, really?
I would go so far as to say that the E39 M5 is the greatest generation M5 of M5. Even greater than the V10 M5 of the later years.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why?
It's so timeless.
It is timeless.
It is so timeless. It makes such a good noise.
Yeah.
It's so comfortable. It's
practical. You could have no problem dailying it, and you could have fun driving it.
If I couldn't find an E90 M3 that suited my fancy, my next line for like a dad car is this E39 M5.
Yep.
It's 4 doors. It's comfortable. It has a wonderful V8. I maintain this generation M5, the E39, is dare I say, the best M5 of all the M5s.
So the current bid, 21 grand. What do you think it will end at?
39.
You think it'll be 40 grand?
Almost.
You think it'll
Maybe
touch 45?
36. What's that?
Think it'll touch 45?
No. I don't. With those miles and the fact that it's a northern car, no.
Yeah. 60,000 miles. And it would be a ball to drive, though.
I would genuinely buy that now.
Yeah, that'd be a ton of fun. So that's my daily. Now, as far as ridiculous, you went with the Phaeton, which is quite the entertaining value.
It is.
But I went a bit more American.
Oh, do tell. You got a tank?
I wish. Well, I mean, I got something better.
Uh-oh.
How about a 4,500 mile 2008 Corvette Indy 500 Pace Car Edition, brother?
Gobble us, brother.
I got my New Balances, and we're good to go.
Look at this official Indy 500 pace car.
Okay.
So that did laps at Indy, didn't it?
I don't know.
No, it didn't. No, it
no,
absolutely did not. No.
I have to ask, how many official pace cars are there out there? From
This says 500.
There's way too many of them. I see these all around
I don't
town.
think there is, of that year.
Okay, sure.
Of that year, there's 500 of them. I feel like every year there's an Indy 500 pace car version Corvette.
Every car show I go to, there's an Indy 500 pace car.
It's automatic, too.
Oh, it is. You're right.
Jesus, that's even worse. Who's it signed by? Emerson Fittipaldi.
Oh, it is Emerson Fittipaldi.
Wow.
That's kind of cool. Number 383 of 500. So,
wow.
You know, but for an American classic.
You're going to pull this bad boy up to Cars and Coffee.
And you're not going to get any hand turns at all.
And you're going to have a postcard that is on an easel next to it. You're going to be sitting in your chair on the other side of it, nodding at people as they get too near to it. And then when they breathe near it, you're going to go, hey, brother, watch where you're going.
Make sure you dust her off before you leave.
Yeah.
Yep,
Barb wouldn't let me put the top down today because there's a 12% chance of rain.
It won't come out of the garage until Cars and Coffee. It will only move for Cars and Coffee.
It will go to 1 Cars and Coffee per year.
Yep. And then the oil will be changed immediately afterward, and it will go back in the garage for the rest of the month.
You live in its jammies forever.
Yes.
Never to see the light of day again.
No. But, yeah.
But it's the official pace car of the Indy 500.
$28,500 with 18 hours left. Also, there's 4,500 miles. Low mileage.
Please don't bet on this. Please don't. Whoever you are, don't bet on this.
It's sat in the garage.
Please don't bet on this.
4,000 miles from 2008. All it's done is sit in the garage.
That scenario we just played out has been its whole life.
That's this car.
Barb won't let me take it out today because I might get 5,000 miles on it.
Drive your car, people. Drive
Jesus
your car.
Christ. The scenario we just played out is actually this car.
It's the life of
it. It is this car.
Unfortunately, yes.
It's such a sad life.
When Emerson signed this, he signed it hoping that it would be driven around a racetrack or at least Indy or somewhere violently.
At least to the grocery store once a week. Something. A very Emerson Fittipaldi of you.
Yes, yes. All right, let's move on to what would be our sports cars for under 50 grand.
30
under
grand.
$30,000.
I'd say I ought to pick something else, but
under 30. So what do you got?
I went back to the country of Germany, and I went to my favorite brand of all. I went to Porsche. Mm-hmm. And under 30 grand, you're not going to find a lot of really exciting 911s. So nope. I went to something that's going to be not the fastest, but maybe the most fun.
And what might that be?
It's a Cayman S.
Ah.
6-speed manual. It's got 31,000 miles on it. I have driven this generation Cayman S, and it is a lot of fun. It's a little go-kart. So this would be my sports car. That's why I think this would be more a sports car than my M3.
It would be, yes.
This does not have back seats.
Nope. These are fun to drive, from what I know.
Zero practicality for this.
No, not at all. But this is a sports car, so that's okay. It does not need practicality. How many miles were on it?
31,000.
31K? Okay.
Yeah.
And they're asking 27,000 with 21 hours left.
It'll climb a bit over 30 for now, but for now, it's under 30.
Okay, what's a realistic price for this car?
36.
36? Okay.
But that's my pick for now.
All right, you get this, right? What do you do to it? Do you track it? Do you daily it?
No, it's going to be track and fun driving only.
Is this an autocross car?
Yes.
Is this a bring to Sebring car?
Yes.
Okay.
This is I'm doing something fun, and I want something light and nimble.
Yep.
So whether that's going to be autocross, whether that's going to be an HPDE, whether that's going to be I don't know. That is this car.
Yeah, this would be a good one. That's a good spot.
And it can be converted more into track, whether you rip seats out and all that good stuff. So, yeah, my sports car would be the Cayman S.
Now, how about converting it to off-road?
I'd prefer not.
All right.
Being honest.
My sports car that I found is the most Derek sports car of all.
Is it fast?
Manufacturer starts with an H.
It's Hyundai.
Honda.
Oh.
We found a Honda S2000, baby. 2005 S2000.
Okay.
Current bid 26,000. Mileage around 70K. It's a bit high, but it is a Honda.
That's gonna go over 30 grand.
I think you're probably right.
A lot. I think that's probably gonna be more than the Cayman.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is like a $40,000 S2000.
That is a really clean looking S2000.
It is very nice looking.
Like, that is a beautiful S2000.
And it is a manual, which would be a blast to drive. And you know that this thing revs to the moon because that's what it did.
It's like almost 9 grand, 8,000 RPM, something like that.
And I think that was redline at like 9. And people would push to like 10.
Yeah.
You could just keep on going in this car for some reason. Yeah, that would be a fun sports car.
It'd be a lot of fun. I believe this was actually rated as Top Gear's like best sports car of the year.
Mm-hmm. S2000s, big thumbs up from me. Which a Cayman versus an S2000?
Be very close competition.
Would it?
Yeah.
In like an autocross, who wins?
I'm gonna say Cayman simply because it's mid-engined.
I think it literally comes down to driver.
It'd be close.
Honestly, just driver skill.
It would be. There's such good competitors. We both went for lower horsepower nimbleness,
Right.
For the versus because we could have gone like Mustang or something, right?
Camaro, whatever.
Something high horsepower. We both went the same approach. We went, I just want fun.
I just want to be able to put it through corners and it just grip and have fun.
Be a little go-kart. That's all you wanted.
And that's exactly what those two cars would do.
They're perfect little sports cars.
Yeah.
Would you own an S2000 now?
Yes.
Okay. So if you are trading your BRZ in for another sports car, would it be an S2000? You're allowed to have a daily on the side.
Oh.
So it's not your only car.
I would have trouble trading in the BRZ for this, I think.
Why?
Because
You're attached.
a little bit. They're equivalently the same thing. I wouldn't want to spend the money on equivalently the same thing, right? I could get like maybe 10 grand for the BRZ, probably even less than that. And then buy this. Like, why spend that kind of money when I could just put 20,000 worth of modifications to the BRZ and bam, we got a race car, baby.
You do?
Yeah. If money wasn't an option, I'd love to. I'd love both of them. It'd be great.
And then you have an NSX in the garage as well.
Fantastic. Yep, of course. As many Hondas and Acuras as I can get in there.
The JDM.
Yeah.
The JDM garage.
Yep, probably. And there'd be an Accord in there for the daily,
Of course I would.
Of course. But S2000, solid car. Would I trade for a BRZ? No.
Okay, if you were doing it over again, you don't have the BRZ. If you're looking at currently going into either a BRZ or an S2000, where would you go? Would you still go S2000? If you didn't currently own one.
Don't know. That's a tough choice. Because the modern amenities of an S2000 has modern amenities.
I was going to say, hold on just a minute now. What does the S2000 lack that your car has? It's got air conditioning. Jesus, right? Yeah. It's got power windows.
It's got traction control.
It's got traction control. I believe it probably even has heated seats.
Would it have Bluetooth?
Probably.
It's right on the limit.
Just.
Yeah. I guess it's not that much different.
I mean, I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah. What would you go? BRZ or this? Honda S2000.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I think I would edge the S2000 because I've just always loved them.
How dare you?
I know. I've always loved the S2000. Since it came out, I've thought it's such a good-looking little car. Like, I've just always adored the S2000.
Okay.
It's always held such a special little place in my heart. Every time I see one, it's an event. I see one, I'm like, oh, an S2000. I love it.
The next question, why not Miata?
Because it's an S2000. I would do an S2000 and a BRZ 18 times before I went Miata.
Really?
Yes. I don't really like a Miata enough to own one.
Have you driven one?
I don't care. It's still a Miata.
Okay. All right.
I couldn't buy a Miata. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
I've driven a Miata.
I can understand that it is the most fun, pure driving experience. I just can't buy a Miata.
You're the kind of guy that would drive it and then be like, I need it now. I need it right now. Right now. Just like every other car you drive.
Well, I don't need every car.
No, but it's okay. You know.
I do need a lot of them, though.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know how from what I've heard, the driving experience is certainly better in a Miata. I've driven a Miata, driven the BRZ. Miata's like 10% better driving characteristics
in
than the
every
BRZ.
little piece.
Just little tiny bits here and there. That's about it. This I've heard is good, but I don't think as good as the Miata. It's probably on par with the BRZ.
But it revs higher.
It does rev higher, but I think
that's more dramatic.
It's a little heavier. I don't think the weight distribution is exactly correct. We're nitpicking here.
We are.
We're nitpicking. I think as far as like, oh, that catches my eye better, that would probably just be why you purchased this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, fun little adventure though. If you
I love these little things we do.
Yep. Just pick a price and then have fun. See what you can find.
Yeah. Enjoy it.
That was $30,000 on Bring a Trailer.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the car spots. What did you see as you were out and about?
Well, I saw a bunch of things. I saw a bunch of Ferraris, a bunch of Lamborghinis, all that good stuff. But my spot of the week goes to something that I have not ever seen on the road before. Ever. Because it's the brand new Porsche 911 Dakar.
Oh, you saw the rally.
One on the road. Yeah.
You saw the rally 911?
I did.
Whoa.
And it actually has, and I saw it in this livery too, the 1971 livery.
Ooh.
So I saw it, and I was initially like, huh, that's different. Because I saw it way down the road, because it just looked different than everything else from way out there. Just even the silhouette. And I just immediately was like, huh, what is that thing? And as I was getting closer, I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's also riding much higher. That's got a different presence than everything else. And sure enough, it's the new Dakar.
That's super cool. I want to see one of these in person.
It's a really wild-looking thing to see.
Yeah.
It seems like it shouldn't work, but it does.
To see a 911 with that ride height would be odd. Very odd.
It seems like it shouldn't work, but it does.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems so horribly correct.
Is that not the Porsche way? Like,
yeah.
Oh, hang the engine over the rear axle and even further back. We'll get it to work.
We'll figure a way out.
We'll figure it out.
It's such a cool looking car on the road. I mean, it's really wild. I mean, just so that everyone's aware, the Dakar is essentially a Carrera 4 GTS, so it's got a twin turbo flat six. It's got an 8-speed double clutch, so the PDK. Then it's got the turbo body with the GT3 hood that's lifted and has all-terrain tires and like skid plates and stuff.
That's crazy.
It's really wild. It's really, really wild.
It would actually be a good rally car.
That's where it came from.
Right.
I mean,
of all the brands.
It came from rally. I mean,
okay.
It does what? Let's see, 473 horsepower. It's 0 to 60 in 3 seconds on stilts.
Jeez. Wow.
It's a thing, man.
Yeah, that's neat.
It's really cool.
That's
I like
a cool
it.
car spot.
So yeah, that's my spot of the week, the new Dakar.
Solid. So you actually saw this, which was a Cayman GT4 RS, and I'm going to snag it as your car spot.
That is correct, because I actually saw that exact spec too. That's silver with the Orem wheels.
That is a clean look for a GT4, I will say.
Gorgeous.
This might be the Derek version of the Porsche. I don't really care for the crazy 911 speed, but this is still quick.
This is quicker than the base of the 911.
That is true. This just looks more aggressive in my opinion. I actually like the look of this better than I like the GT3 RS or the GT3.
It's because it is more aggressive than GT3, but not the RS.
This is better in my opinion.
It's amazing.
Yeah. A couple numbers about it. 4-liter flat six. It's making 493 horsepower and then 331 pound-feet of torque. It also it'll do 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, which in the twos, oh geez, that's crazy. 100 miles an hour in under 7 seconds at 6.8. And then the quarter mile, it's an 11.1 second car. It's nearly a 10-second car.
With a big wing.
And just is like built for racetracks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it fully is built for racetracks.
Pretty well, yeah.
Yeah. That's a cool spot. I know there are a couple of those around town.
How much horsepower does the 4RS make?
It was 493.
That's almost 500 horsepower. And Porsche is really good at understating the horsepower. So
Yeah.
they'll state it at 493, but you put it in a dyno, it's like 510.
Right. A
That's
couple
wild.
more. Yep.
And doesn't this only come with PDK?
I believe it is a 7-speed PDK.
Do you know what PDK is?
Yeah, it's... Well, what does it stand for?
Okay.
I know it's their like automatic flappy paddle thing.
This is fun.
Oh boy.
Okay. PDK stands for Porsche Doppelkupplungsgetriebe. I'm going to spell that.
For. All right.
Doppelkupplungsgetriebe.
What does that mean in English?
Porsche double clutch transmission.
Oh, it's just one giant word for double clutch
It's the
transmission.
longest goddamn word in the world.
Holy moly!
So when people say PDK, that's what they're actually saying.
I mean, I don't blame them for not saying all of that. That's ridiculous.
It's a very long word. Porsche Doppelkupplungsgetriebe.
It's 23 character
Oh
one
my
word.
god, that's
23 characters. That's more than a lot of people's names.
It is.
Like significantly more.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. GT4 RS. Neat spot.
It is.
All right. Let's do the I wish they would have, my friend. You got one?
I do. It has to do with my bring a trailer finds. It is that I wish that Volkswagen would somehow grace us with a new Phaeton.
Why?
So that no one can buy it again, but I can just oogle it.
Oh, yes. Because no one would buy it these days.
No one wants a W12
No.
extended wheelbase Passat.
No. Or if they brought it back, it would be like a 4-cylinder, 2-liter turbo.
I don't
and it
want
wouldn't
that.
go anywhere.
I
It would
want
just be,
a W12.
They just take the Passat engine and the Passat and just duplicate that and then put that badge on and go. It's the Phaeton.
No, I want a W12 again.
It's impractical. The whole thing was impractical, but it was awesome.
It was so awesome, but it was so impractical.
It's
I wish they would do it in Phaeton. It's never going to happen, but I wish it would happen.
EV Phaeton?
No. I want a W12 again. It's so ridiculous. I want one.
I do think that that's one of the brand names that they just won't bring back. They're just going to put that away and just like leave it in the file cabinet until 100 years from now.
Someone will be like, hey, remember the Phaeton? No, shut up.
Nope.
That never happened. Just some guy like named Bob in the corner.
Yeah.
Bob, shut up, Bob.
Like when Ford is like, oh, we have an EV. What are we going to, the electric Mustang, it's the electric Phaeton. No.
That stays down there. No.
We're not doing that. Yeah.
All right, so what's your I wish they would have?
I wish they'd make a new Honda S2000.
I agree with you. Although, unfortunately, it would be EV. No, it would be hydrogen.
Oh, boy. That's a bold move.
Honda and Toyota haven't done much EVs, have they?
They have not. No. Toyota being the biggest outlier. Has Honda done any EVs now that I think about it? I don't think so.
Plug-in hybrids, but not EVs.
Yeah, not full EV. They're kind of slacking.
The Insight is not really an EV.
Toyota's, now that they've like transitioned over to actually trying to develop it, they're like beating their chest saying, we have these new batteries that are going to charge in 10 minutes and get you 400 miles of range, and they'll be out in 2030.
4.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Okay. I'll believe that when I see it, engineering team. Yeah. Well, I do wish that they would bring back the Honda S2000. It's a cool car.
It is a cool car. I
It's
do
a
agree
cool
with you.
car.
I
Yeah.
wish they would bring it back.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
That's all I got.
All right, and then in that case, it's going to wrap us up. Thanks so much for watching and listening to episode 259. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up on the video, and drop a comment. Let us know, what is your favorite of our Bring a Trailer picks? You got a favorite? You got a least favorite? What do you think? And if you're listening on audio only, send us those thoughts via social. Facebook is We Are Auto. Instagram is We Are Auto _. YouTube is We Are Auto. And our website is weareauto.io. So, thanks again. Catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.